Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News.
I'm Chance Crummick.
And I'm Freddie Kilby, and these are your 3:30 PM headlines.
Starting off with football, and Manchester City midfielder Calvin Phillips is set to start for England tonight. The Three Lions will face Italy at Wembley Stadium in a Euro 2024 qualifier. Phillips has only featured 5 times for Manchester City this season. He will replace Jordan Henderson in the starting lineup.
Staying with the theme of football, and Wembley Stadium have increased their security ahead of tonight's game. This decision has come after the terror attack in Brussels yesterday. 2 Swedish nationals were shot dead in a horrific incident. Belgian police have said that the gunman was killed by armed police.
Now, into women's football, we caught up with Emily Flagg, a young footballer who has aspirations of reaching the professional game. Here's Nathan Rawlings with the story.
Emily Flagg is a footballer originally from Crawley, currently playing for Solent University and the Southampton Sirens. During her youth career, Emily played for local teams before having a trial with Brighton and joining the Chelsea Development Foundation. During her time with the Blues, she scored a hat-trick at Stamford Bridge. Things changed, however, when she went to university and her professional career looked to be in doubt. Although she hasn't received any offers to move up the football pyramid, she is hopeful her performances for Solent can get her foot in the door.
Yeah, I think it's good. Back home it's a bit different as you kind of know everyone, so it's hard to get used to the whole new teammates and everything, but I'm enjoying it down here. I think the level is where I want to be for now, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, it's good.
And what was playing in the Chelsea Foundation like for you?
Yeah, it was really good. My coach is insane for the time being. She moved over to Australia but yeah, she taught me most of what I know now and made me the player I am today, so I'm very thankful for that, but yeah, the education part wasn't my favourite.
She also spoke of her time at Brighton and the hope of keeping her professional dream alive while studying.
A long time ago, I was probably about 14, but yeah, that was really good. I was in a facility that I'd never used before, and I did like sprint testing, all sorts of stuff, and it was just all these players that are probably playing for Brighton now. It was good to play alongside them for a little bit.
Is there still the potential for you to go into pro football full time, or is that a pipe dream that was probably for you back when you were younger?
I mean, you'd always like to hope, wouldn't you? But yeah, I think priorities might take me elsewhere these days, but I'm still enjoying it, and if the opportunity ever came around, I wouldn't turn it down.
Nathan Rawlings, Solent Sport News.
Sticking with women's football, and our reporters headed to Itchen College's training session to discuss Emma Whitlock's appointment as the brand new head coach. Here's Elle Reid with your story.
Emma Whitlock has taken the reins to be the head coach of 13 times national champions Itchen College. She also plays in Tier 4 National League for Southampton Women's FC.
I think being a player, obviously playing in the league that we're in at the minute, it really does help. Just in terms of the tactical knowledge and passing that on to the girls, being a positive role model for them. I think that's an element of their game where there's sort of gaps in their understanding of tactical game management. You know, we've got a really talented group of players at the minute, and I really enjoy working with them.
Itchen's start to the season has been a struggle, with a 3-2 loss to local rivals Barton Peveril. Whitlock got her first win in charge, beating Basvik 4-1 in a game where 2 red cards were shown.
The phase of play that we had were fantastic. Everything they've worked on in training, we've been working on playing out from the back a lot, in possession and possession as well. So the girls did phenomenal today and we couldn't fault it.
Now on to American football, and the LA Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert has taken responsibility for their loss yesterday. The Chargers were defeated 2017 by the Dallas Cowboys. They now have lost 3 of the last 5 games they've played this season.
Continue with American football, and San Francisco 49ers rookie kicker Jake Moody has taken the blame for ending the team's perfect start to the season. Moody missed a game-winning kick in the dying seconds of the match against the Cleveland Browns. The 49ers select the kicker in the 3rd round of the 2023 NFL Draft.
On to the topic of basketball now. Some of our reporters went out to the Solent Sports Complex to discuss the Kestrel's budget cuts. Here's Matthew Gibbs with the story.
Solent University have cut the funding for the Solent Kestrels. The Kestrels have been a dominant force in the Basketball England Division 1 over the last decade. Key players and coaches have gone, and we have spoken to Kestrels guard Mitch McGeever to gather his thoughts on the situation.
We're still at a level, competing at a level where Prem players are, everywhere. This is the Prem League, and unfortunately, we've got none left. They've all gone. All the money that's cut out because we're giving out scholarships. And this has affected the uni as well, because this uni is known as a sport uni. Obviously people come here to play sport, and the fact that we're not competing at a level anymore across the level for all sports has really affected people coming to this uni, because it was considered higher. Now it's,
This has left the Kestrels in a relegation battle.
We've just seemed to go downhill, so it's really put us at a disadvantage. However, I feel like we can still fight, we can still nick a few games to maybe stay in this league, and maybe they'll reconsider the funding. Relegation seems to be quite likely. Even if that does happen, we'll be at a level where all the players are. I feel like the division below is where we kind of belong right now. We would still be a very strong team there, and we maybe get promoted back to this league, but obviously with the funding and the players we have, it's just not possible right now.
We asked Solent University about the issue.
Where the past couple of years we've had many paid players on the team, which advances the performance of the team. It allows them to play at a higher level. Like, we won the league 3 years in a row. We won every competition within the league. In turn, though, that it's now opened up more opportunities for our homegrown players to play through. So anyone that goes to Itchin or Solent, they play through our academies. They're getting the chance to play in the National League now. Obviously, the level's not going to be as good as the last couple of years, but it looks a promising season for us.
On to rugby now, and England have advanced to the semi-finals after beating Fiji 30-24. They remain being the only team undefeated in the World Cup. They now face South Africa this Saturday, who are favourites to win the whole thing. Let's see how England will match up against them.
Our reporters went to Hedge End Social Club to speak to the captain of the darts team to discuss the team's chances of success. Here is Millie Payne with the story.
Londonderry captain Jordan Payne has said the team have a great chance at taking the Bishop's Waltham Darts League title this season. They played against Hedge End Club last night and took victory in both singles and doubles rounds, meaning they've now won both of their opening games so far. Despite it being early on in the Winter Darts League, Jordan thinks his team can push for the trophy.
I think we've got a good chance. It's all the thing with the Winter League. It's always random. So as opposed to the Summer League, so the Summer League is drawn out. So you pick the players that you want, and then the other team captain will say, right, okay, well these two are playing, or this person's playing, so you can play him. In the Winter League, it's purely the tags come out with your names on them. They're flipped upside down, and the opposite team's captain picks out the names, and that's the order that you play each other. So it's all dependent on the draw, but I think if we are all on song sort of over 9, 10, 11 weeks, yeah, I think we've got a good chance. But again, it's all down to the draw and how people play in the evening.
The 24-year-old plays at least 3 days a week in a variety of competitions, but sometimes finds it difficult to keep his confidence up. However, he's still incredibly passionate about the game and wants his determination to lead Londonderry to victory.
When you put so much time into it, like I do, so you do like if I'm playing like on Monday, Tuesday, and the Wednesday, I suppose you do have to be passionate about it. There are times when you want to like rip your hair out over the game because it is horrible, and you feel like the worst player on the planet. But it always sort of comes back. But I suppose I am passionate about it. And yeah, that's about it really.
We've also sent our reporters to speak to some of the locals. They've analysed how sports affect their mental health. Here's our reporters with your story.
November's just around the corner, meaning that a lot of people will be growing out their moustaches to raise money for the Movember Foundation. Movember helps raise awareness of men's health issues such as prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and men's suicide. Cameron Patmore told us his opinion of mental health representation in sport and the effects of playing sport on his own mental health.
It isn't spoken about enough, in my opinion, no. It's very underlining a lot of men's health, a lot of men's sport. Yeah, it definitely would. You're around more people and you can just get to socialise with everyone. Definitely.
Tom Scroston has recently taken up golf. He speaks on the positive mental health benefits of taking up a new sport like golf.
Yeah, for the better. I love the sport. It's something I've really played regularly a lot the last year and then over the summer. But yeah, I'm excited to play it, and actually I'm glad it's now the winter months, as I don't think I'll be able to play as much now.
Louis Mokes, a former player and now coach of Solent Redhawks. He speaks on how training helps him and also how he's guiding young athletes in their mental health journey.
Most recently is my dream of American football. Being a sort of kid who was a bit of a loner when he went through primary school and secondary, I feel like sport was the biggest thing that helped me just get through it. It gives you your own little world. You see a lot of people go to sport as their own little recovery system from some of the harsh realities you do see in schools. For me, it was one of those things, you step within the white lines of a football pitch, your mind just completely goes blank, and you look at everything in the world as nothing because all you're doing is playing something you love.
He told us how he was involved in Movember this year.
I participated in Movember last year. As much as I can't grow a beard or a tash very much, I reckon I'll be able to do my bit for it, seeing as I was able to do it for the team I coached last year.
That's all for today. Remember to follow us on our socials at Solent Sports News for more content. Thank you for watching and have a great afternoon.